Ricky Pearsall also had missed a lot of time, the same amount of time as Brock Purdy, comes back. I thought he would be better than Brock Purdy in this game. Brock Purdy has been, in my opinion, watching him at practice, he was floating passes, looping passes. But it's hard to really judge a quarterback in practice because they're not moving at 100% and they're not driving the ball as hard as they can. I mean, it's hard to say. But with Ricky, I saw him shooting jump shots. And as far as I'm concerned, if you can shoot a jumper, you can go for 150 and 2 tutties. So that's what I was expecting. The jumper's on point, the three-pointer's wet, and he's been running on the side of the field for weeks. So I thought, I put him in my fantasy lineup, of course. Kyle knew that. Killed me. But no, it's not about my fantasy team. It's somewhat about my fantasy, but it's not. What it's about is it seemed like Ricky was not as ready to play as Brock. And I think it's interesting. Like Brock Purdy is heavily reliant on mobility. But even if he doesn't have it, he can be effective. He can complete more than 70% of his passes, throw 3 touchdown passes, and win. But if you take away a little bit of speed from Ricky Pearsall, I'm not sure what he gives you. Well, I guess we saw it in this game. Slightly compromised Ricky Pearsall was just doing cardio out there. And God love him, cardio is important. And if you don't run those routes, you don't get out there, you're not going to get in better shape. So this was a step in the right direction for Ricky Pearsall. Maybe next week he can catch a pass or 2. But in this one, he was just sort of getting his heart rate up. And I commend that. But and I'm not trying to take a shot at Ricky. Like, what did we really expect? I thought he was healthier than I thought this was all a conspiracy. I guess I was wrong. But what we learned is that maybe he's not going to be dominating right away. George Kittle said he's going to dominate Monday night against the Carolina Panthers in 8 days. Maybe he will. Maybe he will. I'm not saying bench him. Give him a shot. Throw him some passes. See how he does. But what I will say for Kyle, if you're watching, and I know you are, you're getting on the plane, you got your phone out, you're kind of pretending to look at film, but you're watching me because, we're best friends. And my football takes are good. I know ball. I'm your quality control guy. And what I would say, Kyle, great job today. Hell of a job. 41 points, mostly you. That scheme, that game plan, wow. That play calling. But what I would say is if you see one of your players, Ricky, not really having it that night and just sort of running routes and burning calories, which is commendable, try someone else. Juwan Jennings, he's been okay this year. Demarcus Robinson's been pretty bad. In this game, he had 1 catch for 13 yards on 2 targets. Juwan Jennings had 4 catches for 54 yards. Not bad. But what I would say is, can we just cut the roster politics and try a little harder, Kyle, to reward players who perform well? I just don't understand how Kendrick Bourne fell out of the offense. The guy put up 140 plus in back-to-back games. He's objectively having a really good season. He hasn't had a bad game. Yeah, he had 1 bad game with Purdy at quarterback, week 4 against the Jaguars. He had 3 drops. Since then, he's been really good when they call on him. And I think the right thing to do, not like the morally right thing to do, but the right thing to do for the team to give them the best chance to win against teams that aren't freaking dead like Arizona is keep him involved. He's better than DeMarcus Robinson. The idea that DeMarcus Robinson gets 2 targets and Bourne gets none, maybe that's off the point, but like Robinson has done absolutely nothing to earn or deserve any action. Only reason he's on the field is because you paid him. Kendrick is not supposed to be here. He's probably supposed to be on a practice squad or something, but he's just had an objectively above average season. And I think this Niners offense, which was so good in this, but it's like, was it so good, the Niners offense today? They had short field after short field. They had Sky Moore. They had turnovers. They were 3 for 8 on 3rd down. That's not good. Maybe you'd be more effective on 3rd down if you had Kendrick Bourne out there because Juwan isn't dominating like he used to. And Ricky Pearsall still has a lot of cardio to do before he can contribute. So look, Kyle, take it or leave it. Think about it. Suggestion, but you have a really good wide receiver. I think he's good. Like, he's not a Pro Bowler. He's not I don't know, someone you have to have a whole game plan to stop. But on this team, when opponents are so focused on stopping McCaffrey and Kittle, and I guess Pearsall and Jennings, that's your secret weapon. And you know he's going to come down with the ball. And if it's close, he's going to make the contested catch. I mean, don't even get me started on Jake Tonjes, man. The fact that they benched him so they could get Juszczyk back out there doing shifting and motioning. Why does Kyle hate me so much? I just want to see good football. I just want to see the Niners put their best players on the field. If they had Kendrick and Tonjes on the field, they score 50. Now, it doesn't matter what they did in this game. Adrian Martinez could have won this game, but when they face the Browns, who have a good defense, when they face the Colts, who have a good offense, and they really got to have the best of their offense, because that's how they're going to win, right? Their defense gave up 22 to Arizona. That's not great. Their defense gave up almost 500 yards of passing. That's not great. But the offense is really good, especially if they use all their best players. Take some super chats. Michael Z, new member. John Maximus, new member. Hey, all my members, shout out. I got something for you. Every Wednesday at 5 o'clock, the coach, Jesse Naylor, and me doing a members-only stream. We're calling it 3 Deep. Used to be the 4-man front, but Ryan G. Hensley has retired from streaming for now to be a varsity basketball coach. I'm going to talk about Ryan and his basketball team in a minute. So Ryan, stay tuned. People, stay tuned. Ryan, I hope you're watching. I think you are. But yeah, subscribe to the channel. Get some perks. John Maximus already subscribed. New member. Got 2 already. Joe No says, glad the taco review came back. There was beans. I think there were like a very light coating of refried beans, which is cool. I got excited. It was a B. It was a B burrito. I just really haven't found a burrito I really like outside of the Bay. Put it that way. I don't even know where to go in LA for a burrito I really like. Tacos? Yeah. Tacos for sure. Great fish tacos in San Diego. Great all kind of tacos in LA. But like burritos, I believe it's a Bay Area thing. But I could be wrong. Daz says also needs to be factored in. The Cards had a franchise-setting record for penalties with 17. Does need to be. I mean, again, this is a team that probably could fire their head coach tonight. But they won't because they're cheap. You know how cheap the Cardinals are? They don't have a media Wi-Fi. We had to use the same Wi-Fi as the fans in the building. So, and in like the lower bowels bowl, like where you walk around, no TV. So I couldn't watch the game. I had to like go and sneak onto the field. I snuck onto the field back there during the game. I just walked on and they were like, sir, you can't be out here. And I was like, no. I'm media. Like Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber. It's okay. I'm a limo driver. And they're like, it's not okay. You need to leave. And I was like, okay. I didn't know. Just want to try that. Sometimes, it's worth trying. Gio Rivera says they let Purdy play to shop him in the offseason. Doubt it. OU812 says Grant would give Sam D and his 4 picks an A+. Yeah, you're right. I would. Sudden Chaos member for 30 months says, I do love Mac, but they only won 16-15. Thoughts? Well, it was a different team. He didn't have George Kittle, who scored 2 touchdowns in this game. And the Cardinals were 2-0. They weren't completely dead. They didn't commit 17 penalties in that game. They didn't turn the ball over 3 times. But, if I understand why Brock Purdy fans want to make this comparison and use this as proof that Brock's better than Mac. Although if you have to really dig deep to prove that, what does that say about your quarterback in the first place? Like if you really have to dig deep to prove that he's better than his backup quarterback, what does that say? But you can't prove anything off of one game. It's one game. Brock is getting paid a lot of money, not to beat the Cardinals on November 16th, but to stay healthy the rest of the season, get the team into the playoffs, win a playoff game. This was a great start. But again, Adrian Martinez would have won this game. That's the truth. Johnny Football, $2. Thank you, Johnny Manziel. Nope. Missed it. Thomas Dela Cruz says, you found out which rookies played you and Kinlaw. I asked Lenore, and he was like, maybe he didn't understand what I was asking, but he was like, nah, no one did that. I don't believe him. He's like, someone reenacted the fight that he and Chase Lucas had in the NFC Championship game, though? That's what I heard. But I got to ask other players. Jeff Caravella says, okay, just logging in. Here are my thoughts. Do we really know if we played well today, given all the Cardinals penalties? Brock almost throwing 5 picks a game. Did not miss that. Defense had some stops, but still nerve-wracking. I think that's a fair take. How good are the Niners? The Niners blew out the Cardinals. The Seahawks blew out the Cardinals. The Seahawks lost to the Rams today. The Niners lost to the Rams last week. So what does it prove? This guy says, can we take a second to talk about Grant's hair? Thought you were thinning. You taking what? I think I am thinning. A little bit. I mean, they're not too bad. Not too bad. But I guess I want to break, like, before I lose all my hair, if I lose all my hair, I want to have like the curls come back, the waves. They're not really curls anymore. I used to have intense Jew curls during puberty. I called it a Jew fro. But I think it was like a hormonal thing. Now they're just wavy. Thank you, though. Fish and Chip says, what about John Weeks' praise overlooked every week? Dude, John Weeks, the MVP of this team. Long snapper, man. Bill Kennedy says, can members call in or chat on Wednesday? You can chat. Draco says, Nick Martin looked explosive. Going to talk about him. Max Build Fix says, Green needs to go. Letting AZ throw that much. Oof. Yeah, Green is... Oof. Mike V. Skate says, is Kyle Shanahan obsessed with CMC, utilized more players? What about use check? Joe No says, I'm in the 209. Great taco trucks here. Oh, in Stockton? Yup. That's true. Dazza says Brock shouldn't just be better than Mac. He should be miles better. He's getting $50 million a year. That's pretty much the case.